confession to make. I have kind of a love-hate with Zentangle. But just the fact that you, for instance, can't teach it unless you have an actual certification. And Zentangles are just fun designs. But according to the Zentangle, Association, there is a huge difference between doodling and zentangling. So that doodling, and I quote from the Zentangle book, doodling is mindless and the end result is not always a piece of art. The Zentangle method is mindful and the end result is always a piece of art. But isn't art subjective, like end stop? With that being said, I also don't love it. I know I do get in the flow, but there are certain things that I don't love about it. I hate working really small. I feel cramped. My fine motor control sucks on a small scale, actually. Fun fact, all my club members will totally tell you that because I bitch about it all the time. So I have come up with 6 tips for anyone else who struggles with the zentangleness, properness, the whole thing of zentangling, but you want to still doodle to get into your flow state and get to your happy place. That part I get, and I like it for that too, but without like the nonsense and making it easy. So I have my 6 tips and I'm going to share with you all of them in this video. Don't come after me, Zentangle police. I swear to God, I'm a good person. I'm good. All right, tip number 1 is to draw something pretty first. Let's draw something pretty. And I don't mean a box or a circle. I just mean like, let's draw something really pretty. That's my tip number 1. And let's dive in right now. So in my recent Zentangle doodle thingamabobbies, I did more people things. And so I thought, well, I haven't done any flowers, so why don't we do that today? So I'm keeping these really simple. And I think for me too, that helps a lot against getting overwhelmed. Is sometimes it's fun to limit yourself in terms of supplies and ideas instead of being overwhelmed by too many things and ideas. So what if we made a really simple, that's so cute already, really simple design made with, I don't know, organic, this is not organic. This is super fun linear lines for absolutely no reason, just funsies. I love when things are grouped in 3s. What would a leaf look like made out of a perfect, ooh, I have the perfect idea. I wonder if, I love some stencils. It's fun, it just inspires me in a different way. Ooh, that would be fun to use this little ellipse. These are some of my favorite. This ellipse template I actually use for drawing eyes and mouths. It's like a good, nice outline. Perfect little leaf. No reason. Sometimes I just like to challenge myself. Like, could I do a whole drawing using just templates and stencils? And the answer is yes. Yes, I can. Who knew? And we'll see, I've never done this before. That would be step 1, which is draw a pretty picture first. So my first tip is really just make a pretty picture, something that pleases you before you go and add your Zentangles. You know what I mean? You should like it first. So I like this first. I feel like I'm ready to go. And this brings me to tip number 2. Tip 2, which is very helpful for me, is to section off your big drawing into chunks that make sense. Some Zentangle patterns, doodle patterns, are broken off in a way that is sort of disruptive to the overall composition of the whole design. So use sections that make visual sense that can actually make your end result look clearer. Oh no, we're creating a masterpiece. This might actually be a Zentangle after all. So tip 2 is section it off. Well, I didn't have very many things to section because my drawing is really plain. So I thought, what if I could create more sections by bringing in another element? So this is the top of a cheese keeper. And if I put it smack in the center of my design, I'm actually now creating some additional sections that did not exist before. So you can slice it all the way through, or we can draw it and then assess. But then we at least are creating more pretty spaces that we just can play around even more with. So we can make sort of thick, we can also make thick stems. Section it off by creating new areas. And this is really pretty and organic there. We also could have, speaking of new, I'm really digging my perfect lines. We could do some fun things sprouting out of here as well. That would be fun. Now these are ellipses and not ovals. Don't tell anyone. Okay, so there's our simple sections, and of course you can do as big or as small as you want. And you can also have sections running through your sections. And you can have as many or as few as you like. So fun. All right, my third tip, work on a larger scale. Bigger is easier. You have more room to breathe. And it doesn't mean that you need to do more doodles, by the way, because your scale can also become bigger. Bigger drawing, bigger line, bigger circles, bigger line weight. Now I talk a lot about line weight in my other projects. You can see me creating different line weights. It makes a huge visual interest and impact on your work, but that doesn't mean you need more work. You just need to change the size of the nibs that you're using. So if you're doing skinny winny Sharpies, use the big fat Sharpie. You'll get it done faster and you have a little bit of extra breathing room as well. Working at a large scale and then varying your line weights looks super duper cool. Right now we only have the 2 line weights, but we're gonna have more. Brace yourself. Let's see, I think these cross sections could maybe be the fine. We have a hierarchy of line weights, which helps me from getting bored when I'm doing zentangling. So I'm not just focused on a trillion intricate, teeny, tiny, frankly boring designs, but you kind of methodically get to choose like, okay, the big designs are gonna have the big fat line weight. The medium-sized designs are gonna have the medium line weight. And then as we get closer in, our instruments get smaller. And I really enjoy working this way. Fourth tip, and this is the one I recommend the most, is pick super freaking easy designs. Like, don't pick designs that you need to rely on a book to teach you to make. Make any designs that you already know how to make. That means circles, that means lines, that means squiggles, and do it how you want to do it, not how a book is telling you to do it. Obviously, if you want to grab a book because you love it and you want to be inspired and get more ideas, cool, but let's not overcomplicate it. And remember, this video is for people who have a love-hate also. If you're already loving it, you can just jump to whatever. You can jump to my mermaid or my whimsical face or some of the other fun projects. This is for my love-haters like myself. Okay, let's dive in and do some super simple ones. So yeah, working on the small scale is, on a large scale rather, is super liberating. Keeping it simple is also super liberating. Just do straight lines. And then of course, if you zoom out, you have these other areas that you can possibly zentangle in as well. So if we're gonna do that, I would highly recommend beefing up our great big flowers as well. And also, while we finish this project up, I should mention now the importance, or kind of another tip, which is number 5. My 5th tip for Zentangle love haters like myself is to use black and filling in things black as a legitimate way to fill spaces. Doesn't always have to be lines. You can actually fill in whole spaces with just black and call it a day. And using black intermittently throughout your designs can look really cool as well. So think about just using black. So yes, black is a perfectly reasonable way to fill in a space. And I love it too, because if you're really annoyed and you're like, I am done with a Zentangle, you can fill in spaces and it makes a very cool effect as well. So I just didn't want anyone to forget about that as a possibility. It's also really satisfying to quickly color in a space with a big fat marker. Oh, I just chopped off my flower top. That is so something I would do. Like, oops, my bad. Look, and I'm going into the other space. But how cool is that? Just to have a big block of black. Why can't you do that? Oh wait, you can. Sharpies are alcohol markers, so they can get really streaky. You can also do this in full color, friends. You don't even have to do it in black and white. Ooh. You can leave that little cool spot, but I'm gonna color it all in because I just want that flower outline to be left. It's very powerful, but don't be afraid to color in sections solid and not have a pattern in some places. It makes a really nice way to break up a space. We could do one here too. See how powerful that is? It like completely transforms. You can even do it like up here. And you know what else you could do? Bonus tip, you can also get a white and add white Zentangle designs inside your large black areas. So sky's the limit, friends. We have all these subdivided spaces. Oh, have fun filling them in however makes you happy. Big, super small, black, full color, black pen, white pen. Like, truly is sky's the limit, friends. Truly is. So much flippin' fun. Oh my goodness, my brain is exploding now with ideas. Yes, I might add some color in a moment. Although Sharpie is alcohol markers, so I wouldn't want to use more alcohol markers because they would just all mash together. But this is my super crazy modern pattern interpretation of maybe some new ways to think about zentangling things, especially if it's not your favorite or if you have a love-hate like me. This leaf is attracting all sorts of lines. Oh, colored it in. Totally fine. All right, well, that was super fun. I had such a fun time. I hope this inspires you to do something else, do something different, try on some different sized doodles in your life. And last but not least, I will leave you with number 6. My 6th tip might be the most important, which is if you hate something in art, fucking don't do it. I hate color pencils. I'm not doing it. Because that's the best thing about art at the end of the day, right? Is that you have the power and the control to do exactly what you do or don't want to do. You can do Zentangle patterns. You can even teach it without a certification. And really, truly, there aren't real police who are gonna come after you. If you enjoy it so much and wanna draw all day, draw all day. Draw your doodles, guilt-free, have a blast. And if you're like, God, I hate this so much, knock it out. It's as simple as that. So give yourself permission, and I'm giving you permission. If you're starting an art project, no matter what you're doing, drawing, painting, whatever medium, and you're not enjoying yourself, walk away, friend, and go find something that you do enjoy. It's just not even worth it. Don't even worry about it. So that wraps up my 6 tips. Let me know if there's another tip I left out, if you have anything to add, and if you want to do some easy Zentangles, click the playlist and you can binge. Thanks for watching.